Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
We are in for more heat and humidity today, but storms are on the horizon over the next few days. And we now know the names of the final winners for the Michigan Shot $1 Million winner. But first, we begin with breaking news this afternoon. Thank you for joining us for Local 4 News at noon. I'm Evrod Kasimi. The FDA has fully approved Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine, making this the first vaccine here in the United States to move beyond emergency use authorization. The FDA says that now that the vaccine is fully approved, it's now being marketed by a company called Comirnaty, and it's been approved for those 16 and up. The vaccine will still be available under emergency use authorization for kids between 12 and 15, as well as a third dose in certain immunocompromised individuals. Health officials say that they hope the approval will lead to getting more people vaccinated. The approval could also lead to more businesses and schools mandating the vaccine. As for one of the other big vaccines here in the U.S., Moderna, according to the New York Times, the FDA could grant full approval to that vaccine sometime next month. As the FDA just approved the Pfizer vaccine here at home, Governor Gretchen Whitmer has announced the last round of winners in the My Shot to Win sweepstakes. And as Local 4's Kim DiGiulio tells us, she got a chance to speak to some of the owners, and they're very excited. The winners are very excited.
Well, the COVID-19 vaccine has already proven to stop the spread of COVID-19. It's also proving to change people's lives here in Michigan. Whether these winners were iffy about getting the vaccine or happy to do it, they're certainly happy now as they just won a lot of money. Today, the final 8 winners of the 30 prizes, college scholarships, and a $2 million grand prize in the My Shot to Win sweepstakes.
I'm so excited to be a My Shot to Win sweepstakes winner.
Governor Whitmer says the numbers show this sweepstakes made a difference in our state's vaccination status.
Michigan recorded week-to-week increases for vaccinations throughout July during the sweepstakes, moving from 61% to 63%, and support climbed toward the state's goal of 70% vaccination rate.
Among one of today's winners was Jacqueline Paul. She's now $50,000 richer, which means everything to her as she battles Graves' disease in her right eye.
But with my sweepstakes prize, I'll be able to pay my medical bills.
Speaking of paying bills, imagine being in the 7th grade and learning you won't have to pay college tuition when you attend your dream school. That's the case for Meadow Sermon.
I decided to get vaccinated because I want to play volleyball and go to school in person and see my friends. I am planning to use My Shot to Win scholarship to attend Michigan State University. Thank you and go green.
Now, Governor Whitmer says the vaccine lottery was just one way to reach out to people. They're going to continue to try to educate people and let them know why getting the COVID-19 vaccine is so important. I'm Kim DiGiulio, Local 4.
Let's get you updated on your other coronavirus headlines. We're going to be getting our updated COVID-19 numbers this afternoon. But just this past Friday, the state reported more than 4,000 cases and 37 additional deaths. And then starting today, a mask requirement goes into effect for students and staff at Warren Consolidated Schools. Masks must now be worn inside school buildings and on buses. Also today, more Metro Detroit communities will begin administering booster shots to immunocompromised residents. Both Wayne and Macomb counties will begin taking appointments. The third dose must be at least 28 days after the second dose. All right, time now to get an update on your forecast here on this Monday afternoon. Brandon, we are looking at another hot day, a little less humid outside, I guess you could say.
Just a little bit, yeah. Not as cool or not as warm and as muggy as what we saw over the weekend. Still warm. You can notice our north zone, a little more cloud cover, only 70 in Lapeer. It's almost 80 at Metro, 83 City Airport, 79 Harrow, 80 in Adrian. And comparing our noon temps to yesterday's noon temps, negative means this is how much cooler we are. 24-hour change, anywhere between 4 and 14 degrees cooler than we were noon on Sunday. We've got a west wind, so it's not a real supportive warmth kind of wind. But as we get through the day, we're going to filter out some of the clouds, and we're already seeing that for a lot of you, and hope you're enjoying it. 87, not as muggy a Monday, but the warm and muggies are coming back with a fury as we head into the middle part of the week, and that does bring more storm chances We'll discuss. Everard coming up.
Brandon, thank you. Michigan State Police are investigating a deadly accident on I-96. It happened around 2:30 this morning on eastbound I-96 Express in Evergreen. And when state troopers arrived, they said that they found a car parked on the right shoulder and a 26-year-old man dead in the car. Now, there's no word on how this man died, but police do believe that alcohol and drugs did not play a factor. The freeway has since reopened. Tonight, the discussion will continue over a proposed development in Wyandotte, where the process has taken longer than normal. Plans for the former McKinley Elementary School have changed since the development was first proposed. However, the one constant has been controversy. Many who live in the area oppose decisions made by the city council and the proposed nursing home and say that they want to keep the park and green space, which is now there.
The business is not welcome here. I mean, it is going to put a strain on our community. It's going to put a strain on our streets and our roads.
They kept bloating it and bloating it and bloating it. And that's where it kind of got, wait a minute, you lost the neighborhood now.
Tonight at 7, the Wyandotte City Council will hear yet another change to the development, and they'll also hear from homeowners. Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist kicks off his part 2 of his Thriving Cities tour in Detroit today. The Lieutenant Governor discussed what the Whitmer-Gilchrist administration has done for Michigan cities and explored ongoing challenges that they face.
We were here to talk about, one, the progress that's been made since 2019, and then talk about where we need to go. The conversation centered around 5 areas of opportunity. One is improving access to affordable housing, creating generational economic opportunity, improving access to environmental quality and justice, improving quality of life for kids in cities, and increasing access to mobility and transportation and transit.
Now, at the end of the tour, the administration will compile an agenda that calls for action at local, state, and executive levels. All right, so to come here on Local 4 News at noon, Henri slammed into the East Coast as a tropical storm just yesterday. But it's not done yet. The area is now bracing for a lot of rain, so we'll talk about that. But first, chaos in Afghanistan as a firefight breaks out at the airport. Find out where thousands of people are trying to flee Taliban rule.